Hello. So in today's video, if you cannot tell by the title, I will be reviewing the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. Yay. I decided to pick this up for the sale appreciation that they had for VIP members. I believe it was like 20%. It was 20% off, which I was like, okay, let me pick it up because Casey Holmes recommended this. So yeah, I had to pick it up. Doing a workout session to see how well it holds up after a workout, and also I will be doing like a 9.5 to 10 hour wear test. Shade, I got 3.5 neutral, which I was gonna get 3 olive, but it was sold out because it looked like a really pretty shade. But I just went with this one, which is gonna match my neck, but it's not gonna match my chest because foundations, I much rather prefer to match my neck than just like match my chest, because then it looks like I'm really pale, you know what I mean? So it sucks that my chest is not tan. Like, I tried so hard this summer to get a tan on my chest, but it just did not happen for me. Also, I just want to quickly mention that my skin at the moment is normal to combination skin. Before, I used to be super dry, and even when the seasons would change, every time like a new season would come up, it didn't matter what season it was or what transition it was, my skin would always flip out and just get super dry for like at least a week. I was like just dehydrated, dry, like patchy, horrendous. But now that it's been summer for a while, especially here in Texas, it's horrible. My skin is normal now. I do get really oily throughout the day, but I don't know, since I'm like, my skin had never done this before, it's kind of new to me to be like combination skin, you know? A few things that I wanted to mention before starting this review. Also, Sephora will still have their VIP sale, I'm sure. So if I do recommend this foundation, you should pick it up then and just kind of wait for that sale to go on, because even though this is affordable in comparison to other high-end foundations, because this is $40 and it is 1.66 fluid ounces, which is, I'm sorry, 1.6 fluid ounce. So, you know, you still get a little bit more than half than you would with your ordinary foundation, you know, at least high-end. We're talking high-end here. So hopefully I like this. Hopefully this is my new holy grail. So without any further ado, if you're interested to see how this foundation will wear throughout the day and my review, wear test, workout session, all the good stuff, then make sure you keep on watching. And there is 40 shades, which again should be the norm for all foundations, but we have to mention that it's great that they have the shade range, you know, letting you know the facts. The T, light to medium, tan, and then like deep. That's how it goes. I'm sorry about my phone, it's so messed up. But anyways, like, it claims to be medium coverage for sensitive, normal, dry, and combination skin. The finish is matte, which I appreciate and I like in a foundation. The secret weapon to create a flawless runway ready complexion for both the face and the body. This waterproof formula fuses with skin resisting extreme conditions like workout sessions. Actually, I am gonna head to the gym later on. We're testing you for that. Sessions, water, and even high temperatures and humid environments. Where I live, it's extremely dry, and I am gonna go out to beauty enhancing pigments. The formula creates a perfect natural look both in real life and through the lens of a camera. Its natural finish and lightweight texture can also be used on the body, revealing the skin's radiance while camouflaging minor imperfections on the neck and shoulders. Alright, one time I tried the Forever Undercover 24-hour full coverage Dior foundation, and I was like reading reviews, and it contained alcohol, and a lot of people were saying that Dior's foundations also always contain alcohol. So I was like a little skeptical about that. So I will check out I should have done that before the video, but I'm so excited. Prime half of my face with my favorite primer. This is the Pores Lamar Luminizer Primer Base by Dr. Brandt, and I'm just gonna be priming half of my face. I'm gonna pour a little bit of this foundation and see where we go from here. So, oh, oops. Okay, I don't know how much to take, but I'm just gonna take like this much. It does seem to be on the thick side, like it's not that runny, as you can maybe tell, right? Which I prefer like in the in-between foundation. So let's see. Okay, this seems a little bit dark for me, but with the concealer, it should be fine. So let's see. I want to say this has a scent, but at the same time, I want to say it doesn't. All right. And I am breaking out, so we're testing out if it's medium or at least buildable coverage, because I can still see, like, to me this is light coverage. I need a little bit more than that, like yeah, at least to cover the redness. Right, I just think the color is throwing me off a little bit. I'm gonna build it up more because I don't think it's covering my redness. I for some reason thought this was full coverage, but it's not. It's definitely medium, but I can tell that it builds up really nicely, which we appreciate always. Yeah, I feel like, no, yeah. If you're used to really full coverage foundations, such as Jouer foundation, Marc Jacobs foundation, you know, foundations like that, if you're used to like super high coverage like that, like, no. We're gonna see how it's gonna cover all this redness that I have over here, but this is what it looks like with one side of my face. I feel like this isn't matte. This is like very dewy. Like, I did prep my skin pretty well, but this looks dewy on my skin. Like, I don't know. I don't have primer on this side. I am going to be using a brush. So let's go in with a heavy dosage. And I'm just going to be using my Wet n Wild P55 brush. This is like a blending foundation brush. So we're just going to see how it goes. Okay, this is like so much more full coverage with the brush. So the brush is fine, but I feel like, because this is a very lightweight formula, it kind of moves the foundation around a little bit. Like, I don't know, to me, I feel like I have to press this into my skin. But I would say the sponge is better. Like, I don't know, I just like the finish better. I just feel like the brush just kind of moves the product around. Like, I don't know. This is what the foundation looks like with no concealer at all. Alright, so then I'm gonna go ahead and finish my face off camera, and then I will come back to show you what it looks like in natural daylight. And it is currently 1:56. I have to leave my house in like 15 minutes. So yeah, let's get this going. So far so good. I really like the coverage of this foundation. This reminds me a lot of the Born This Way foundation, just how natural and like dewy it is. But we shall see once we set it and everything. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, so it is now 1:18. As you can see, it's 1:18. So later on, like maybe in like about an hour or two, I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like in natural daylight. So far, it is super lightweight. It's not transferring. I mean, I did kind of set it with the bronzer and everything, but I don't know, just to me it just feels really lightweight. Like, I could definitely forget that I'm wearing foundation. Pretty natural. Everything went on pretty nicely. It went very light on the highlight just because I want this foundation to be simple, everything really simple, just so we can focus. The main focus could just be the foundation itself. So then yeah, this is what it looks like for right now. I really like it, but I'm probably gonna test this out for maybe like 10 hours or so, and we're gonna do a workout session and we're gonna see if it lives up to its expectations. So yeah, I'll go ahead and let you know when I get back from my little lunch date that I have. So I'll be right back. So I am back, and it has been about 2 hours, very close to 3 hours, and this is what the foundation is looking like. And I was very excited until I think I have the box still of the foundation, and sure enough, the ingredients are in the box. And I can totally understand why they don't have the ingredients as like in Sephora, because like nobody really thinks about that. But when I was watching reviews for the full coverage foundation one from Dior, like somebody mentioned that it had alcohol, so I was very disappointed, and that's the reason why I didn't purchase it. So I don't know why, I guess I forgot about that. So then I look right here, low penicillocene whatever water. What's the third ingredient? Alcohol. I'm gonna actually look through all of my foundations and see how many of them contain alcohol, because maybe I'm ranting for no reason. So far, I have a feeling that I over prepared for this foundation. My skin has been normal to like getting oily throughout the day situation kind of deal. That's how my face is. I feel like this part of my skin is really dry, but the rest is just very oily, which is so annoying, but that's what I'm dealing with right now. Hot Texas weather, and I feel like that is the reason why my skin is so oily, or why it gets so oily throughout the day. But we shall see, because this was supposed to be a matte foundation, but I feel like it's a soft matte, and I like it. I really do. Like, I feel like it looks so natural. Check to see how many of my foundations from my collection have alcohol, and I will let you know. Hello, hi. This is what my makeup is looking like at the moment. Talk about my rant a little bit, and I actually was just like curious, and I started looking at how many foundations in my collection had alcohol in them. So I did that, and then I realized that a lot of them did, not as the third ingredient, but it did contain like ethanol. Like some of them contain like ethanol, is that how you say it? That, and then this other type of alcohol. Searching on YouTube, see if anybody had made a video of it, and they did, and I will leave her video down below. She explained a little bit more in skincare, so if it's good in skincare, then I'm pretty sure it's okay in foundation. So also I looked up this article of like the misconceptions that people may assume about alcohol, like alcohol being an ingredient in like a skincare or makeup products, etc. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit and very briefly about that at the end of the video, and as well as my review, my thoughts, my final thoughts. And I am looking a little bit dewy, but I don't mind it. I feel like it looks pretty natural. I'll talk about everything after my gym session, so I'll see you after. It looks dewy, but I mean, I went to the gym, like obviously I'm gonna look a little sweaty, so I feel like this was a very good, it held up pretty darn well. I've gotten to the gym with the Colourpop foundation, and I feel like instead of like remaining on my skin, it just kind of fades away within my skin. But this one, the Dior foundation, just lasted on my skin. Like, I look dewy, but you could still tell that my skin is like blurred out. If anything, it kind of faded around my chin area, but that's about it. And let me get you a close-up. You can see it's just very oily on this side, my prime side, and on this one it's oily, but it's not as oily. You know what I mean? This is the on prime side, So I would say just kind of pick and choose your primer, whatever you're gonna use with this foundation. You know, just kind of how that primer works with other foundations. But yeah, this typically tends to be very, very like luminous, and it blurs out my pores. You know, it is 10:27, so about 9.5 hours I wore this foundation, and I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like, sure, my forehead looks very oily. Like right here, I'm oily. Like, there is no doubt about that. But I gotta say, I really like this foundation. It lasts a pretty darn good time. Only gotta say that I think I over prepared for this foundation. Just like when I tried the Huda Beauty foundation, like I was very oily, but it's because I over prepared for the foundation. Like, I used these two moisturizers, and then on top of that I used this oil with hyaluronic acid and vitamin B5. I was like kind of ranting about it containing alcohol, but I mean, I read an article, I saw a video that said alcohol was fine, and in the article it says that the alcohol in products like this, as soon as they touch your skin, they kind of evaporate or something like that. Like, I don't know, I'll leave it down below so you can have your own opinion about it. Maybe you know more than I do, you know, but this is just like the first time I ever like look up this topic, and I'll definitely keep researching just so I can know for future reference. But so far I am satisfied with the fact that it has, like, that I informed myself, and now I know, you know, like, alcohol is not that bad, because all of my foundations had some type of alcohol. I was just a little concerned because it's the third ingredient, which I believe it means it has a little bit more. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you read the article, it says that obviously there is different kinds of alcohol. So just in case you didn't know that, it's very different from the one that you drink, from, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's different types of alcohol. So the ones that are used in like skincare and in makeup and cosmetic stuff, like that one is most likely to be like a plant-based alcohol, more like, I guess you could say natural alcohol. Don't quote me, okay? Don't quote me, I don't want to sound stupid, but I'm just letting you know kind of what the article talks about. And it also says that they tested people rubbing direct alcohol into your skin, and that there was no irritation, there was nothing, it didn't affect their skin in any way. What I would compare it to is the Colourpop foundation, the Too Faced Born This Way. That's what this foundation reminded me of. Like, just very flawless, make you look so smoothed out that it just, like, it's like your skin but better. Like, that's how I can describe this foundation. I really liked it. I'm definitely gonna be using it more just so I can, you know, play around with it more. Maybe this works better with the, because for concealer, I didn't tell you, but I used a Born This Way concealer. Maybe because that foundation is a little bit dewy on me, I can use a Tarte Shape Tape and so on and so forth. Right now my skin's just normal to combination. So if you're in between those, I feel like this foundation will be very nice for you, and especially more if you bake or if you set your entire face, you know, it'll help even more keep it matte, more matte, you know. But these are the moisturizers that I used. They are my holy grail. Take my review with a grain of salt and just look for other reviews, because I highly recommend it. But also just think about your skin type, and yeah, it would be awesome if you could get this for the sale going on right now. I believe it ends September 3rd, and also there's gonna be another one like after September 3rd for, like, I believe any member, and it's like 10% off, which is still pretty good. Down below what shade I am in other foundations. But for example, in the Too Faced Born This One foundation, I know I am in warm beige. And then in the Colourpop one, I am in medium 120. Was Lauder, I am in Cashew W2. In the Marc Jacobs foundation, let's see what I am. I am in 44 Golden Medium, the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. That one I'm in number 8. I believe it's called like Golden something. I'll leave more foundations down below. That is everything that I have for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe down below. I would highly appreciate it. And also, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and hopefully I can see you on the next one.